I've got to ask, have we got any Lion King fans in this evening? Are there any Lion King fans? What? Of course there are Lion King fans in this evening. How could you not like The Lion King? It is the best film ever made. Someone did this to me the other day, right? I was at a dinner party. I was hosting a dinner party, and I was talking about The Lion King. There was this girl sat next to me, all right? And this was her quote. Get ready for it. This is a corker. This is what she said. She goes, "Oh, Jack, come on. The Lion King? It's just a kid's film." Sorry, it's just a kid. Yeah, just a kid's one. Yeah, just a kid's film with an IMDb rating of 8.5, 2 Academy Awards and 2 Golden Globes that's been adapted into the most successful West End musical of all time, generating a net gross profit of £800 million and counting. Oh, but maybe it's just a kid's film because it doesn't deal with any mature themes, said fucking nobody ever. The Lion King is the greatest anthropomorphic assault upon the theme of mortality that Western culture has ever produced. It is so complex that your tiny, shriveled scrotum of a brain wouldn't dare to fathom it. So no, it is not just a kid's film. It is Shakespeare with fur, sister. It is the response I thought of 3 hours later. Would have served me a lot better than the one I plumped for, which was simply, "It's the circle of life!" This girl, right, I have to be careful because she's actually one of my girlfriend's mates, so I need to tread quite carefully. But she is the biggest dick I've ever met in my life. She's one of those, like, really alternative, like, hipster, vintage girls. You know, that, like, so Shoreditch it hurts, all right? And she'd already pissed me off. Like, everything about her pisses me off. She's one of those girls, right, she's got that haircut where she's just shaved half the side of her head. What the fuck is that? You know, like you've got to join the Marines and then pussied out the last minute. And the glasses, she wears the glasses with no prescription in them. It's like a fashion statement. Totally unacceptable. You are mocking people that are short-sighted. You are mocking people with a disability going out in glasses like that. In my book, going out in glasses with no prescription as a fashion statement is exactly the same as going out in a wheelchair for banter. Unacceptable. These people need to be reined in. And she'd already pissed me off that night, okay? Because basically, I'd serve this lovely meal. I do a bit of cooking. I'd serve this meal. I put this dish down on the table. First thing she says, not, "Oh, this looks lovely." As soon as that plate hits the table, she's like, "Does this contain any gluten?" I don't know what gluten is, so no. I can't eat any gluten in my evening meal. I am allergic to gluten. You need to provide a gluten-free option. I was like, shit, what happens if you eat gluten? Do you start, like, falling on the ground, foaming at the mouth? Are we talking medieval shit here? She looks at me really intensely. She's like, "No. If I eat any gluten in my evening meal, I get really, really tired." Wow, that's so weird. Because do you know who else gets really tired after they've eaten their evening meal? Fucking everyone! That's how it works! You eat at night, then you get tired. There's no gluten-free option. Like, the gluten-free option is you eat what I serve you, then if you're feeling a little bit peaky, you have a coffee, and then, ooh, shut the fuck up. I don't even know what gluten is. That's the most ridiculous. Don't put gluten. I don't know what gluten is. At least with the humble nuts allergy. A, I'm perfectly aware of what a nut is. B, you slip it into their food once, they die. Everything about her, even her job. She's got a perfectly normal job, but she tries to make it sound all fancy by giving it a ridiculous title. She's like, "Yeah, I work in the fashion industry. I'm a senior account manager and sales operative at a high-end luxury footwear boutique." Love, you work in Foot Locker. Stop telling everyone that you're in the fashion industry. I don't know much about haute couture, but I'm pretty sure that Coco Chanel never had to go into work dressed as a fucking referee. As I say, I have to be careful. It's my girlfriend's mate. I need to tread carefully. It could literally be any half-shaven, headed, bespectacled fuckwit with a gluten allergy that works in Foot Locker called Lucy. And that's the... no. This is the kicker, right? It's not even Lucy. It's not... Because that would be easy. That would be too easy to call Lucy. This is what... She's Lucy with a Y. And I say that because she reminds you of it every time she's introduced to someone. She's like, hi, Lucy with a Y. Yeah, obviously, love. That's how you spell Lucy. No, but not everyone spells it with a Y. Some people spell it with an I-E. Yeah, but not many people spell it with an I-E. Most people spell it with a Y. You only have to specify if you have the unusual spelling of the name. Hey, if I was Jack with an X, I might throw that into conversation. But all you're trying to do is make your boring name sound more interesting. Also, it doesn't matter how you fucking spell your name. We're having a conversation. Oh, great, Lucy with a Y. Well, I will bear that in mind if at any point over the next 5 minutes I feel a sudden urge to write you out a bloody check. Whatever. It's me getting annoyed about something that isn't the issue. She is definitely the issue. The name is just a side issue that is also a massive issue, sir. But anyway, enough of her. That's it. Lucy with a Y. Or as I call her behind her back, Lucy with a Y, don't you fuck off and die with an I-E.